Hello and welcome to ABS Tier 4 for round 8 of the season at Hungary. Um, it's me on comms, PSR Gorgon, or Nathan. And yeah, I'm alone today. I think most Tier 4 commentators have been alone this season, which is a bit unfortunate. But not much we can do at the moment. I've heard the race is actually going to be wet, so this could be quite an interesting race. Last race out in Britain, it was quite interesting. It was a wet track, but somehow it was still quick enough for slicks to be the better option. So some drivers, such as Communist, who's I believe leading the championship, made an error on their strategy and lost quite a lot of points. So maybe that could be similar today, and that could cause a problem for some drivers if they pick the wrong strategy. We'll go on board with Communist. I think he might as well go on board with the championship leader for his lap. But actually, no, he's just finishing it. So Beans goes pole with a 16.9, and Communist. Oh, he doesn't beat it with a 17.0 actually. That's interesting. I'm just going to quickly invite someone to the lobby. Sorry about this. They currently have Beans at the top with a 16.9, and then Communist behind a 17.0, and Swinners in on a 17.1. Times would definitely be improvement from that. I'd be expecting them to definitely get into the 15s at some point in this session. Unless they're, and I think some of them may be running wet setups, although it's Hungary, so it's always going to be high downforce no matter what. See how Fresh is doing here. Not quite sure how good that middle split is, but see as he comes through the last sector here. He's abandoned the lap. Oh, he tried to abandon the lap, and then he's almost crashed into the pit lane, so that is very not ideal for Thrasher. Managed to do a loop and get back into the pits then. Fresh manages to go P4 with a 17.2, so everyone split by a 10th between each other. Jet Belly has crashed. I heard his wheel was not connected properly, so I don't know if he's... Actually, no, he may have. Jet Belly's either crashed or retired in the pits. His wheel wasn't working properly, so not quite sure what's happened there. Chaz F1 very slow on the start to his lap there, almost spinning Kyle. But we got Mazepin, the absolute GOAT of an F1 driver, is racing in Tier 4, and he's currently on provisional pole by 4/10. Jake then gets second, 3 tenths ahead of Beans. Go on board with Kyle 91 Smith. Taking quite a big step up since last season. He I believe he only got about 7 points last season. He's already managed to get 2 podiums, and I believe he's P4 in the championship, so quite a big step up for this driver. He hasn't validated on this run though, so a bit unfortunate for him. Let's see if anyone else is on a valid lap. Is White Boy Drake on a valid lap? I'm not quite sure. Let's see what his middle sector split is. Let's see if he's on the lap or not. He's up in his lap, although he has no ARS, so I'm not sure if he'll finish this one or not. Kyle is ahead of him, giving him some dirty air though, so that'd be frustrating for Jake as Kyle goes off track and lets him through. Yep, Jake abandons his lap. Who's on a lap then? We got Fresh on a set of mediums. Let's see what Fresh can do. Fresh is proved himself to be one of the top drivers in Tier 4. He's not had many results to show his pace, but qualifying and for parts of the race he's been very competitive with Communists, who we know, if you're a regular watcher of Tier 4, is pretty fast. Fresh is clearly not on a good lap there. There's Fire King's DNF to there in sector 2 somewhere, I think. I don't know. Not sure what's going on there with it, but who's on the lap then? Gone on board with Aronok on, he's on the set of mediums. interesting with the strategy for drivers gone on medium is maybe the rain, as I said at the start of the stream, is coming about maybe 30 minutes in, maybe. I'm not sure, I'm just speculating. So if it is come later into the race, so those going on the mediums, the alternate strategy could be putting a master stroke here, because they'll be able to take one less pit stop before the rain comes, which will help them quite a lot in the race. Aaron Ocon improving by 1.2 seconds, sorry. But he has invalidated, so unfortunate for him, and he spun, ruining the medium tyres a bit. It's not ideal. He's clattered the ball there. Let's see if anyone else is on a good scope. Let's go on board with fast scope then for his lap. I believe he is P3 in the standings at the moment, so having quite a good season so far. Come into sector 2 here then, I think that's an okay sector 1 there. Trying to carry a lot of speed through that, I believe, to turn 4. You could argue the hardest corner on the calendar, I'm on the track, sorry, not the calendar. Through this chicane, pretty nicely navigated there. Now coming through the very twisty section of the track, all about carrying that minimum speed here. Seems to play it quite safe on track limits there, but looks like he's carrying good speed. A bit of a wobble on exit there, keeps it in a straight line though. I think quite a good middle split for fast scoped here. He's now coming through the final sector. Penultimate corner, how does he take this? Looks like pretty nicely, although on exit he is quite squirmish. I think traction in second gear, not the best there. Through the final corner now. Not the ideal line through the final corner, and it's a 17.4, so he might be a bit disappointed with that lap. It was quite wobbly on traction at some point, so definitely room for improvement for him. Who's on a lap then? We have Mazepin. Let's see how he does then. Currently on pole by 4/10, so see how much he can extend it by. Debut in the league today, so be interesting to see how he does. Already up by a 10th. Good sector 1 from him. Oh, and he gets caught on that curb. Could call a death curb. It pretty much is an auto spin curb. You can't do anything if you get on the curb, so unfortunate there for him. He was on decent lap, maybe looking to get into the 15s, but not quite able to do so. Comunisto into P2. Decent lap from him on the front row. That's obviously what he wants to be. To win the championship, you need to score consistent points, which is what Comunist has been doing at the moment. Managed to score 60 points in his last 3 races, which is averaging above P2 every race. And just about 30 seconds ago, Beans has managed to get into P3. Good luck there from Beans. He's not had the most ideal start to the season, a few DNFs, but you definitely know he has got the pace to get on the podium. Go on board with Sam Lennox then on the mediums. And just as I do that, he crashes into a wall. So, not ideal there for Sam Lennox. Go on board with Aaron Ocon then. Carrying quite a good minimum speed through there, up to the turn 4. What is his sector split going to be? 26, pretty good sector split there from Aaron Ocon. What can he do through here? Avoids the curb nicely. Pretty good on traction into the chicane. Well navigated, avoiding those big curves and keeping the traction clean. Through now this twisty section of sector 2. A bit safe on track limits, but decent minimum speed. Just about gets away with track limits then as Fresh goes pole with a 15.8 by 4/10. A very, very good lap there from Fresh. Is Aaron Ocon for pole though? Can he take provisional pole from Fresh at the moment? He seems to be on quite a decent lap. Out of the final corner here, what is Aaron Ocon going to set? It's not going to be pole, it's going to be a 16.7. So that's a whole 9/10 off Fresh. Not what Aaron Ocon was looking for, as Kyle now Smith sets a 17.0 there to go P9. Let's go on board with It's Porpoise then for a lap on the mediums. Got a podium in his debut race at Britain, so looking to replicate, if not go better today. Clearly trying to do the alternate strat, so maybe the rain has caused some of these drivers to go for the mediums, realising that they could take one set of mediums to the rain, but the softs would die off. So through the first sector here, yeah, not really ideal for poor boys here, and he backs off. Mediums can do a few laps, so he can just recharge his battery and go again on the next lap. So here's anyone on a lap? Looks like everyone's not really on a lap at the moment, so we'll just wait for the time being. I think Mazepin is the next person to be on a lap, so we'll go on board with him. It's definitely someone who'd be hoping to go top or get pole now, or provisional pole at least. Set a solid banker on and had an unfortunate spin on his next lap, so here we go. Let's go on board for a lap with Mazepin then. Out the final corner, pretty good exit. DRS enabled going down the straight into turn 1. Slightly too late on the brakes there, but keeps decent momentum through the corner. Down to turn 2 here, what can he do? Decent maneuver speed. Flat out through turn 3. What's his split going to be? 26.9, as you know, that's a good sector split. Nicely taken turn 4 there. Through the twisty section of the track now. How's Mazepin going to fare through here? Everyone seems to be quite safe on track limits through there. Clearly they're cautious about invalidating. But he flings the car very nicely through there when he's 3 tenths up. If he strings a good final sector here, he could definitely be on for provisional pole. A little bit wide of the apex there. He needs to keep it on track here, keep it in a straight line. And can he take provisional pole from fresh here? Out the final corner, DRS enabled. Is it going to be provisional pole from Mazepin? No, it's not. He's 15 thousandths behind fresh. Clearly going wide at the penultimate corner has cost him there. Quite unfortunate, but he's still on the front row though, and much closer to fresh. So if he can get a final lap in, maybe he could demote fresh down into second. Oh, as Communist goes P2, 4 thousandths behind fresh. So it's getting very, very close at the top here between these guys. There's 15 thousandths separates the top 3. If I go and show you the old gap to leader, it's very close to the top there. Clearly these 3 at the moment are the ones to watch out for in the race. It's clearly showing quite a good pace. We're going on board with Swinners here then. What can Swinners do on this lap? Into turn 1, supporting his braking point. Lost the braking point quite nicely. Slightly wide of the apex, but still carrying very good minimum speed. Into turn 2 here. Good minimum speed there. Taking it flat out through turn 3, but he's got on the curb and he's spun around, and I believe that will be his qualifying over if he's got damage there, because I don't believe there's any chance he'll get back to the pits unless my timing is wrong, which could be the case because F1's full of glitches these days. We'll go on board with his teammate Beans though. Jump up in the first sector. Luckily doesn't invalidate through there after going wide, but has really not done that corner well at all. He's hit the curb and unsettled the car a lot and had to come off throttle. Navigates the chicane nicely though. Not an optimal run through here from Beans. Be interesting to see what his split is. I feel like it's probably quite likely he'll be down here. And he is by 9 tenths. Maybe he should back off and reset for this next lap, depending on how good of shape his tyres are in. So we'll go board with Viboy Jake here. Viboy Jake has shown he's got pretty decent qualifying pace, so we'll see if he can pull a good lap out of the bag here. End of sector 1, and that's the best one we've seen so far, a 26.8. That's 1 tenth better than like the likes of Mazepin, who's currently P3, 15 thousandths off pole. Navigating the chicane very nicely there from Jake. This could be a very good lap through the twisty section of the track. Hitting the apexes nicely, good minimum speed, using pretty much all the track. Final corner of sector 2 here. Takes it fairly nicely. He's 5 temps up here. Can Jake go and make up another 3 temps in the final sector to get himself on pole? Let's see. Through the penultimate corner. He stays very close to the corner there. Karina's trying to minimise the distance. And he out the final corner now, enabling DRS. Can he snatch pole? No, he can't. 16.0. Still a very good lap there from Jake. Just under 2 tenths behind the leader. Let's see who else is on the lap then. Go on board of GSR Thrasher. Taking turn 4 quite nicely there, although he had to come out of throttle because he was going a bit wide. Not a nice turn 5 from Thrasher there. Navigates the chicane pretty nicely though, I'd say. Little bit skirmish and exit. Through the twisty track section of the track now. A little bit wide of the apex, not optimal left from Thrasher. And he's got caught on that curve and he's ruined his lap and then straight down the wall. Well, that's unfortunate there from Thrasher. See if anyone else on the lap. So we have Aaron Ocon on the lap. Down on his first sector though, but we know you can make up a lot of time in the middle sector. You can carry a good minimum speed. So let's see what Aaron Ocon can do here. Still down on his lap, but he can definitely make up time in the final part of his lap here. Navigating that corner fairly nicely, although he has got very, very skirmish on traction. I'll be surprised if he does improve here after this. Not ideal from the Alfa Romeo driver, and he's used all his deployment on the lap yet, but he's not improved at all. There's Farscope round the final corner. What can he do? He's 2 tenths up. Is he going to go and snatch any point? No, he's going to back out for the alternate strategy. And that is qualifying over then, so as Farscope's backed out of his lap to make sure he got P11. Means that Fresh is on pole of his lap at 15.840. Followed by a Communist by just 4 thousandths of a second. It's very, very close up there with the top guys, and then Mazepin behind, only a further 10 thousandths behind Communist. So those top 3 are definitely going to be battling out a lot in the race. White boy Jake there, under 2 tenths behind the top 3 guys in P4, and Jamie Van der Xbox, normally a tier 3 reserve, but he's doing a race in tier 4 today, has managed to get P5. Right down at the top 10 now, we have Swinners, Beans, Aaron Ocon, Sam the Nick, and Kyle 91 Smith. And then Farscope, Thrasher, and then Farscope, Thrasher, the only 2 further drivers to get a representable lap time on the board there. And then we have It's Poor Boys, who's not set a great lap though. That's definitely not representative of his pace. And we have Fire King, Chaz, and then Jet Drive or Jet Belly, they're the same person, who have not set a lap yet. I assume Jet Drive's having some problems. Should really retire now. Holding up the whole field. There we go, so Jet Drive is finally retired, so we can get the graphics up on the thing. Well, Jamie Van der Boxen, he set that lap on mediums. So that is very quick there from Jamie. That would have put him on par if he set it on soft, so definitely one to look out for in the race. So it's going to be rain. It says there's going to be 5 sections of dry and then it's going to go to rain. So I assume there will probably be about 5 to 7 laps at the end where it'll be wet. So that could be very interesting for the drivers. They obviously they might have to go into tyres and obviously adapt to the slippery conditions. So hopefully that does come and makes the race very interesting towards the end there. The Fresh leads away the formation up then, followed by Communist and Mazpin. I've just been informed that all Russians, so it's a Russian 1, 2, 3. So there's Aronok on the stand, and it have been disqualified from the formation up there. A bit silly really, isn't it? Shouldn't really be colliding on the formation that, but clearly some drivers can't leave space, so that's what happens sometimes, unless there was lag, which is obviously unavoidable, but hopefully it was just them being silly and not lag, which could affect drivers in the race. I'll get all the old tyres on the screen there. So you got Jamie, who I've been informed is retiring lap 1, so he won't be a threat in the race, as we're witnessing Farscope doing some nice Tokyo drift around the corners after he's completely heated up his tyres, and he will not be in a good position for the start of the old race. Obviously everyone inside the top 10, no, excluding Jamie, are all on soft as expected. Outside the top 10 we have Thrasher and Porpoise on the hard, so clearly thinking about the rain, although the mediums can go very far into this race, so likely Farscope, Chaz and Jet Drive could all take those mediums to the rain as well, assuming there's no safety cars or anything to hinder that. Okay, there we go, 5 lights are on. It's lights out and away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I can't really tell who's got a good start so far. Fresh has actually got an amazing start and he's pulling away from the field. In behind it's looking fairly decent at the moment. Top 3 have all stayed the same, as we see Kyle Nunman Smith there in the McLaren sending up the inside there. So unaware if that was a clean move or not, but he's made up a load of positions, so very good start there from Kyle. In behind we've managed to be fairly clean there. Obviously got the AI of Jet Drive, Jet Benny. Where has he gone? There, we're battling at the back. Okay, so Sam and Nicholas picked up a 5-second time penalty for an illegal overtake, I think, so most likely a glitch, but we can never be sure of that, as Chaz F1 has spun around there, so that's not ideal for the Ferrari driver then. At the front though, the top 3 has stayed the same, although Mazepin has got ahead of Communist, so Communist will be looking to go and overtake him again. As we see in the back there, is that an Alfa Romeo? That's Wireboard Jake. He spun into the wall there. Has he got damage? Let's go and check. He's struggling to get out of the wall. Looks like he might have damage. I can't really tell from here. So we then have a Ferrari flip into the wall and he's upside down. Oh my days. He's either, I think he's just been battered by the curb then and he's been flung over upside down, so that's very interesting, as we have Jamie retiring the pit, so that's good to see. But yeah, so the top 3 have all pulled away here then. All the Russians clearly working together, putting a nice gap to those behind. We have Swinners in 4th, and then Kyle Nunman Smith, who's made up, what is it, 5 positions at the start. Let's go and see. So yeah, so the biggest winners of the start is actually Jet Belly 1, who's an AI, so interesting. But of the actual drivers who are racing, we have Kyle made up 5, and then we've got Sam and Nick and Thrasher both made up 3 positions. So good start from those guys. In behind that, we've already had some people stop for awesome fresh tyres it seems. Let's go and see. Yes, we've had Jake and Jet Driver both slot. They must have got damage at some point. So clearly Jake, in that instant he had clearly got damage. So that's unfortunate for him. There's Chaz is also retired. Not quite sure when he's retired. Top 3 showing some very, very good pace though. They're pulling quite a sizable gap to those behind. If I quickly go on board with, actually no, that's Viking overtaking the Ghost AI. Never mind. I'll just sit on board with the leaders then as they build a sizable gap up to those behind as Porpoise overtakes his Ghosted AI teammate. No one really too close at the moment, although Mazepin and Communist are very close together. Communist trying to put Mazepin under a load of pressure. Maybe Mazepin's made a mistake as he dropped out DRS there. So let's see then. So Communist is right behind Mazepin and he'll have DRS this lap, so it's crucial Mazepin tries to close up to Fresh, otherwise he could be very, very vulnerable for Communist behind, as Communist is burning, as you can see on his wheel there, a lot of his DRS when his when that orange bar turns green. Let's see, is Mazepin going to be able to get into the DRS of Fresh? No, he's just out of it, a few hundredths out of his DRS even. So can Communist now mount on attack on Mazepin out of this corner? Communist, yeah, putting on his own ERS, activating his DRS, and can he make a move down so on Mazepin in turn 1? He's not quite close enough there to make a move, but he can still make it down into turn 2. Communist trying to get a good exit. He's got onto the curb a little bit and lost a little bit on exit to Mazepin, but can he go and send it down the inside? No, he sinks better off it and doesn't go for the move. But Kyle Norman Smith has actually made a move on the Swinners there, and Swinners is now vulnerable to Sam the Nick. Going into turn 2, can Swinners keep the position? Yes, he does. Defends well from Sam the Nick. And then behind Beans is looking for a move on Sam the Nick too, although he's not quite able to get a move done there. The Kyle Norman Smith has now made 6 positions to start, so it's a very impressive start from him. Might as well stay on board with this train, and it's given us a lot more action than we've seen so far in the race. They're all very close together. There's Thrasher as well, is right on the back of Aaron Ocon. We've got a lot of battles here. I expect a lot of people will be overtaken on this next DRS straight. We've got the leaders and then 2 packs in the midfield. We're all battling out for positions. I'll go and change them to, instead of stops, I'll chuck on the old tyre graphics so you guys can see that. So currently the top 8 are all the soft runners, so it's clear the softs are much quicker tyre at the start of the race. As you've had a spinner, who's spun out there? That's Farscopes, is it? Farscopes has spun, that's really not ideal for him. But I'm going to leave him to be, as Communist is making a move on Mazepin here. Can he hold it around the outside? Mazepin pushes him a bit wide onto the curb, a little bit of contact there. Can the Communist still make the move? No, he's not. Mazepin has got the DRS. In behind though, no one's been able to make a move in the first middle pack, but now Ronaldo is trying to make a move of fashion here, trying to put him under pressure. Can he go for a move into turn 2? Not quite close enough there. Sam the Nick now is already derating, he's already below 10% ERS, so he's clearly pushing to make positions up on the start, which I think he has done. He's made up 3, but is it worth burning all that ERS to make up those positions? I'll have to see later on in the race. There's Beans, was it Beans? I think picked up a 3-second time penalty there. So, not ideal there from Beans. So far we've got 3 drivers on 3-second time penalty. That's Beans, Aaron Ocon and Jet Tarot. And then we have Sam and Nick who got that illegal overtake 5-second pen right at the start of the race there. Looks like they've still all fairly spread out, although they are in trains, other than Porpoise, who is very close to Fire King here. I'm not sure if Fire King did get the DRS or Fast, but let's see. Did Fire King get the DRS? Yes, he did. So Porpoise is not going to be able to mount an attack there on Fire King. So Fire King will be able to hold on to that position for now. In the midfield though, we've now got a train from all the way from P4 all the way down to we could probably P9 soon with Aaron Ockham. There was Viking is just DNF on the race. He's lost it on that curb that Swinner's lost in qualifying, and it's called a safety car. If you see to the right here, we must have spun off. Oh no, he's in the middle of the track, so don't know what's happened there for Viking. He's clearly lost it on the curve through that flat right hander. And it's been a safety car, so really not ideal there from those guys. Sorry, Viking, sorry. We'll come into the pits now then. Let's see what tyres they go on to. With the rain being very likely to come out at the end of the race, we're seeing some hards and mediums. So we have Thrasher on his hards staying out, so prioritising track position over how many pit stops he's made. So that could be a good strategy for the end of the race, although he will be on much slower tyres than the guys behind who have fresher tyres. As Sam the next disconnected, let me just quickly invite him back. And then I'll go through all the tyres that people are on. So hopefully there Sam and Nick can get back to the session. So as of tyres, everyone's gone onto hards or medium, so no one on softs, because softs will die out quite quickly. They're fast for a few laps and then they overheat and are really not a great race tyre at all. So we have the top three on the hard. So we have Thrasher, who stayed out as I said before, Fresh and Mazepin on those hards, and then Communist has gone for the medium, so he's looking to go and make up those positions earlier in the stint and try and maybe break DRS from those guys ahead, which could be a good strategy. His teammate Fastgroup is behind on those older mediums, with its porpoise on his hards in P6. Kyle's gone onto the medium, so looking to be aggressive as Communist is, with Swinners and Aaron on those hards. Then we have Beans on hards, Sam and Nick who's disconnected on those mediums, and then Jet Drive and Jake on hards as well. So I think everyone's made a swap except from Thrasher and Porpoise. Actually Thrasher, Porpoise, Farscope then. Yeah, so Thrasher, Porpoise and Farscope haven't made a stop yet then, so if the rain doesn't come, they'll be in not the greatest position there. They'll have to make another pit stop near the end of the race, but hopefully for their sake the rain will come eventually. Looks like the safety car will be in on lap 8 then. Should all be able to close up behind. Has Sam got back into session? Yes he has, that's good to see. So we have got 13 drivers still running. There's Jet Belly. Is also, wait, is Beans disconnected there? I can't tell. Oh no, it's just desync or something, I'm not really sure. He has got a red X on his name, but I'm not really sure what's going on here. I think a little bit of lag with Beans, so we might have to give him an internet test for that. Obviously, not great for other drivers to be racing with their lag, but sometimes it is unavoidable, and it's just unfortunate he's got a bad connection for a little bit. As something happened here with illegal overtakes, I am not sure what's going on here. Seems to be some overtaken under safety car of some sort, I'm not sure. I think it might all be down to Jet Belly's AI, or ghosted AI, who's just maybe slowed down and let people through. Caused a bit of a mess. Not really sure what's going on, but I think everyone is still in the right position. So yeah, so safety car is coming in this lap, so let's see how Thrasher can get on leading the restart. Hopefully Thrasher's hoping he can build up a decent gap to go and reduce the pressure of Fresh, and then Mazepin and the Communist can put on in behind, but we know those top three are all Russian. Communist pointed out to me earlier. We'll all be looking to go and overtake Thrasher, because those top three are all very, very quick, or net top three anyway. So let's see how Thrasher takes the safety car restart then. As he's caught on the curve and he's hit the wall there. That's really bad from Thrasher. And it allows Thrasher to go up alongside him, but Thrasher's already making a move on Thrasher here into turn 1. Can Thrasher make the move? He's got the Thrasher tyres, so he should be able to make the move into turn 1. Here goes Fresh, making an overtake there as Kyle 91 Smith sends it up the inside of its porpoise. Kyle makes the move. Nice move there from Kyle. Was Aaron Ocon, I believe, got past Swinners maybe. And Jet Driver's made a move on Jake just through turn 1 there. The AlphaTauri's battling out side by side through turn 2. Swinners, Beans gets better with Swinners there, and now Swinners is vulnerable to Sam the Nick on those mediums behind. Can Sam the Nick make a move up into turn 7 here? Side by side, and Sam the Nick backs out. He doesn't like, he keeps it in there. Like almost going side by side into turn 5 though, but he does eventually back out. Not really able to hold it side by side through there as Jet Police Ghost AI is being overtaken now. So Fresh making that overtake on the straight after Thrasher's terrible restart. Fresh has already almost built up a second already, so Fresh is in a very good position here. Communist behind must be getting very frustrated. He's on those mediums, he's going to be so much quicker than those guys on the hards. But he just can't make a move at the moment, so the longer Communist stays behind, the better it will be for the likes of Mazepin and Thrasher, who are on those hards, and they'll be much slower at the moment, so just getting very loose. Those hards clearly not working for him at the moment. Maybe they're a little bit cold. Maybe that could be why he's spun, although he did get caught on the curb and hit the wall. Could that also be due to his cold tyres? Thrasher will be overtaken soon by the DRS of Mazepin, that Mazepin will have, but at the moment Mazepin's not got DRS and he's just stuck behind Thrasher, so nice work from Thrasher as Communist has spun the championship leaders around. He's lost it on traction, I think, out of turn 1, and he's all the way down in last place. So that is an absolute disaster. He needs less a session there, so... Oh yeah, he actually did inform me that he has to leave, so... Forgot about that, yeah. So that's unfortunate for Communist, he can't do the full race there. As Aaron Ocon has retired. What's happened to Aaron Ocon? He's crashed out of turn 4 and it's going to be a virtual safety car there, so... And it's turned into a safety car, so this is very interesting here. So we have Communist who won't be returning because he had to leave now. And then... Do we have 11 runners left then? And let's safety car. Will someone like Jake Jet Drive, who near the back on those hards, go to mediums, they'll get a big boost in pace. And will not lose out on many positions at all. Just gonna go check through the old warnings though. So, seems like drivers kept it fairly clean. Beans has got a penalty there. Jet Drive's not had a good time there with penalties. He's already got 6 seconds and a warning as well on top of that. And Aaron Ocon has also got 6 seconds like Jet Drive, so... Actually, Aaron Ocon's out, so that doesn't matter, but... Yeah, so as I said, some guys might be pitting onto some fresh tyres because they're not going to lose that many positions. Fastcups is the only one to do that, but he's gone on to hards instead of mediums, so... Interesting what he thinks about tyre wear there, because mediums can definitely make it to the end of the race. They will be quite worn near the end, but they can definitely go to the end there. Because you do have Communist who is actually out, but so we have Sam the Nick and Kyle Norman Smith, the only 2 runners left on those mediums. So they're definitely going to be pushing it for tyre wear, but the rain will definitely be coming soon, and that could save these guys on the medium tyres, so making their gamble worth it. The rest of the guys are playing it safe on hards though. Is there some overtaking on the safety car? Not quite sure what's going on here. Just need to leave a gap. Allow yourself some time to react to braking ahead, look just like Jet Driver's done there. So hopefully the safety car is in this lap. I don't really fancy rating around for much longer. Quite a pointless safety car though. It was just a DNF, not really in the way, I don't think so. Oh, we're gonna be waiting for another lap then, so another probably what 2.5 minutes of watching Fresh drive behind the safety car, so enjoy it as much as you can, and then hopefully we'll get another eventful safety car restart. There's overtaken on the safety car. Never mind. Jet Drive is pitting then, so he is going on to. What is he going to go into mediums possibly? Yeah, he can't go into hards again, so I guess Jet Drive is going to go into mediums. Definitely, I'd say a good strategy call there. Oh, he's gone to softs. Interesting. It's the rain. Is the rain going to come soon then? Yeah, so is rain going to be coming soon then? Because if it is, Jet Drive could pull a great strategy here then, going on to softs, although softs aren't necessarily the fastest race tyre, so not quite sure. Not quite sure what I'll make of that strategy. If the rain is soon, which obviously information I don't have from the commentary box, could be a great move from Jet Drive, but it could also be a horrible move, so to see how he fares here, he'll definitely be the fastest guy on track off the restart, so might be riding on board of him as he makes a few moves down the inside and whatnot. Or maybe he's going aggressive, taking a risk because of his penalties. He knows that if he follows everyone and gets stuck in a train, those penalties are going to cost him near the end of the race. But if he goes aggressive, takes a risk, so then maybe he could salvage something. I believe he is in quite close proximity to the championship leader Communist, who is obviously going to not be classified at the end of this race because he has left because he had to leave and also his Wi-Fi had died. Yeah, so the championship is at the moment we have Jet Belly or Jet Drive is 20 points behind Communist, so if Jet Drive can get a win here, we will go ahead of Communist in the standings, although at the moment it looks quite unlikely. We then have Farscope, Kyle, 91 Smith and Swinners all within 4 points from championship, so I'll be battling out to hold on, get that P3 at the moment. But I'll quickly go switch to Thrasher. He needs to safe score restart away. He's got a great restart compared to Thrasher. Thrasher's already dropped to second, just like he was before. And Mazepin will be looking for a move on him here. Can Mazepin make a move down the inside? He goes for a move down the inside. Is it going to be clean? Thrasher gives him a little bit of squeeze, but he does leave good racing room there. And Mazepin makes a move there. Great move from Mazepin. Now Kyle 91 Smith on those mediums will definitely be looking for a move on Thrasher. Down the nick, right behind Whiteboard Jake here. This Jet Drive then getting through those AI cars. And then he's right on the back of Farscope, so Jet Drive definitely looking to make a few moves here. At the top though we have Fresh with already a second gap on Mazepin after Fresh's abysmal safe score restart. He clearly got caught off guard completely by Fresh there, and the Fresh has just absolutely gapped him. So not ideal there from Thrasher. He took that risk, staying out on his tyre. He's already losing positions and already causing the top guys to spread out a bit, so hopefully he can hold on, although it's not worked out the best for him so far, as Farscope then gets a freezing and time penalty. Go on board with Jet Drive then, he's very close to Farscope then, and he's going to go down the inside here. He's managed to make a gap down the inside of the penultimate corner, and it's a great move there from Jet Drive as he managed to get into P10. And with great traction, can he get down the nick on the straight here? Is he going to burn some ERS? Yes he is, he's burning his ERS here. Same as down the nick I assume, yep, so they're both burning the ERS. Can Jet Drive, make a move down into turn 1? He goes late on the brakes, but was not quite late enough there. But he gets a great exit around the outside. Can Jet Drive make a move into this turn 2 on the inside now? And it's a great move there from Jet Drive, using those softer foot advantage. Does go a bit deep in, looking to get a great exit compared to Whiteboard Jake here. Can he make a move on Jake? Not quite, although beats his start at the corner and it's even Jake. Running ball was Sam the Nick goes up the inside of Jet Drive there. What a move from Sam the Nick, although it was a bit questionable pushing Jet Drive onto the curb, but probably just about acceptable as Jet Drive is now ghosting his Sam the Nick, so a little bit of lag in that involved, so not ideal, but not much really he could do about it, but he might as well take advantage of it as he can. Jet Drive here now right behind Whiteboard Jake. Can he? Swinners hits the wall. He's got damage. Swinners has got damage there. That is really not good for Swinners there. There's not going to be a VSC or anything. He's going to have to deal with that damage or pit for some mediums, and that damage looks quite severe. He's really struggling on lack of turning there. The Jet Drive sends a move down the inside of Whiteboard Jake, and a good move there from Jet Drive. We've now got DRS enabled, so it will make overtaking a little bit easier for guys like Jet Drive, who's already been smashing through the pack like it's nothing. Can Jet Drive make a move on Beans now into turn 2? He's obviously not close enough for turn 1, but if he gets a good exit here, he Could be looking for a move on Beans. Is it a good exit? Probably not close enough into turn 2 here, so Beans does stay ahead as he does there. But you do have there yet. Swinner's pitting, very unfortunate for him. Onto some medium tyres. I believe serving a 5-second penalty as well to rub salt into his wounds, so really unfortunate for Swinners there. So if Y-Boy Jake's crashed, Y-Boy Jake has crashed, and he's collected fast up 12, and there's another safety car. This has been an extremely eventful race. Lots of just unfortunate incidents, people spinning out and that. I presume there's probably been a bit of contact there with Farscoped and Jake, or Jake's collected Farscoped as he spun, so really unfortunate there from those guys as AI gets a penalty. Oh well. Interesting what these guys at the front do. They're not going to lose like loads of positions if they pit. So could they go on softs there maybe for the rain? With all these safety cars, surely the rain's not going to be too far away. Fresh and Mazepin pit. Thrasher stays out. Kyle stays out. It'll be very interesting what these guys choose to do. Poor Boy stays out. Jet Drive stays out. Samanek pits. So top two have gone for a risk. Are they going to go for soft? Let's see what tyres they're going onto. They're going onto mediums. And Fresh is also going. What is he going onto? Fresh is also going onto mediums. So Kyle Lamont-Smith here has gone onto those mediums early. Yes, they're a bit more worn, but they should be able to go to the end of the race. So Kyle Lamont-Smith is in a very good position here. Although Fresh and Mazepin do have extremely good pace, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here. So another safety car period for you guys to endure. Apologies about that, but it's just unfortunate. Oh yeah, so Jake clarifies in the Discord he just lost it out of turn 3, I think. Or maybe he's rejoined to track car safely, I'm not really sure there. That might go to the stewards then. Farscoped isn't really pleased with Jake's. Jake then will maybe Farscoped hit Jake and DNF'd him, and that's how Farscoped got damage or something. I'm not sure, but yeah. Pretty good for Swinners though. Swinners is in an awful position. He had to pit for those mediums as he what did he do? He spun at the end of turn 2, got caught on the curb, which Thrasher got caught in qualifying just to his left there, and yeah, hit the wall. So luckily for Swinners he has got a safety car and he can recover that, but obviously not what you'd want to be doing as a driver, hitting the wall there. Gotta go and open the old stream chat now to see what you guys are saying. I can see there's 7 viewers, so somehow you guys are enjoying this tier 4 race, which has been mostly under safety car at the moment, but oh well. Porpoise does pit though, as well as Jet Drive, so maybe he's got damage. Interesting to see what they got on here. So Porpoise clearly felt vulnerable on those hards and didn't fancy staying out to the rain. So Jet Drive, I don't think he got damaged. Let me just go check Race Director for you guys, but I think Jet Drive just gone onto some fresh softs here. Yeah, so he's pit onto fresh softs when he only had like 3 lap old softs, so I don't know what Ferrari strategy or whatever he's gone over here, but I don't know if that's going to realistically be worth it, but I'm not the driver, I don't know what's going on in their head, because Samanek trying to overtake Communist AI, but it's not really working out for him. So we will be getting underway on this lap, so hopefully it can be interesting for you guys, as Samanek is still trying to get past Communist AI. He might as well just give up at this point, it's not going to work, is it? So Thrasher is leading the safety car restart away. Has he learned from last time to not go and to warm up his tyres, to not go and hit a curb and whack it into the barrier? Because that was not the smartest idea from Thrasher there at the start there. Definitely unfortunate they hit the curb, but definitely he's obviously looking to make sure he stays away from that curb this time and not hit it. He doesn't want to get an awful run and be left vulnerable like he was before. And to now Kyle on those mediums, which will be quicker than his hards at the moment. Let's see then, Kyle is right behind Thrasher. He's definitely ready for Thrasher. Well, it looks like he's ready anyway, to see if he goes. So Thrasher's really closing up the pack here. When is Thrasher going to go? Taking a very wide line here. Thrasher, oh, he's really got squarish on traction there. He's made a mistake again. And Kyle Nolan is right behind him there. Although, Kyle hasn't really reacted that well to that. As Beans has lost out more than Thrasher, it seems. As Mazbin sends a move up the inside of Thrasher there, not able to make a move. In behind though, we have, that's really just a go pass being overtaken there, so really just ignore those position changes. They're just drivers filtering through there. There's this yellow flag. What's happened here? Oh, Fastco, he must have spun again or something. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what happened there with the yellow flags. But Thrasher has managed to keep the lead, even though he had another awful restart, to be honest. He got really squirmish on exit. As Kyle's going to go for a move here. Is he going to go for a move? Thrasher leaves space. Kyle gets caught on the curb though. And Thrasher's looking for a move. Not quite. Thrasher doesn't want to risk getting damage there, as Kyle lost the car, so he backs out of it. Smart driving from Fresh there. Thinking about the long term, not just suddenly sending a move for no reason. Because he will be quicker than Kyle, so it will just probably be just a matter of laps probably until he does make a move. In behind the beautiful battling from these AI cars. Look at this. Inside each other, even better than side by side here. Okay, I'll leave them to do that then. On the straight, not really much battling going on. Just seems a bit of a trend at the moment. When DRS gets enabled, it probably will mean Kyle can overtake Thrasher, but until then it looks like Thrasher's got him covered on those very old hards, so good driving there from Thrasher at the moment, even though he again had that restart. But other than that, he's been quite solid at the moment. Poor voice then. He pit for those for fresh tyres under safe score, and then he's gonna got damaged straight away it seems, so that didn't work out for him, but oh well, we can't really do much. Unless it was his fault we got damaged, of course. Jet Driver on those softs though, he's managed to climb all the way back up to P7 so far. See what he can do here behind Sam the Neck, and then Beans ahead, who's just made a massive mistake. They got a massive snap of oversteer on the curb. Jet Driver right on the back of Sam the Neck. Can he make a move into this corner? No, he's not quite close enough. He does set a purple with the sector, he's ghosting, he's gone off track and he's making a move then into this corner. Interesting to see what the stewards make of that, using it, going off track and gaining an advantage it seems. He then goes up the inside of Bean, so great move from there from Jet Driver, although interesting in track limits there from him. Kyle Swift then is getting, looks like Fresh is going to make a move on him. Fresh sends it down the inside there. He completely outbrakes him, and Kyle gets a beautiful switchback there. Absolute disaster there from Fresh. Fresh is looking for a move on Kyle, but he's just completely got ahead of himself, too excited, and just sent one down the inside and let Kyle straight back through on the switchback. So good driver there from Kyle. So Fresh, is he looking for a move in turn 7? Not quite. He doesn't want to risk going and causing an incident. The Jet Driver's having an issue. Let me quickly invite him back. Apologies for this, guys. As Jet Driver's got a drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags. What a game this is. He literally was in AI and he's got a penalty. So, interesting there. It was Thrasher, he stayed out, and I was a bit skeptical on that strategy. But he's made it work so far. He's pulled a good gap on Kyle, so Thrasher is showing very good pace here. Although it could be Kyle battling with Fresh, but nevertheless, on those old hards, you'd be expecting him to be under bounds of pressure here, but he's not really under too much pressure at the moment, Thrasher. I mean, Fresh, sorry, is looking to make a move on Kyle this time. Can Fresh do it without going too deep? He manages to keep going on the braking, as Kyle's still there, but not quite able to make a move as Kyle's now under pressure from Asbin. Asbin going to go down the inside of Kyle. Easy move there from Asbin on those much pressure tyres. Kyle's now. So I assume Fresh and Asbin will be able to close up to Kyle then behind him. Sorry, Fresh and Maz will be able to close up to Thrasher, as Thrasher on those old hards will be much lower than these guys on their fresh mediums. As you can see, the delta just going down very quickly already. Fresh will probably get DRS at the end of this lap even. He's got very good pace on those mediums. As the delta between the drivers has reset for me, so that's great. Hopefully that sorts itself out soon. Not quite yet, but I think Fresh is probably about 1.2 seconds behind Fresh at the moment. Very close to DRS though. I think he probably will be just out of it though before this turn though. I don't know, I don't think he'll be able to get the DRS, but let's see. Had quite a good turn there though, so will he have the DRS? It will be very close between Fresh and Thrasher. Has Fresh got the DRS? And he has, yeah, so he has actually managed to get the DRS, so I was wrong. He did actually just about get it there. So good driving there from Fresh, as Kyle was dropping behind then. And Kyle's under pressure from Samnik, and Samnik's going to go down the inside. No, he's not, he's going to hit Kyle into the corner. Kyle's going to go deep. Samnik just smashed him wide, hit him off track, so very interesting driver there from Samnik. But we'll see what the stewards make of that, if Kyle does report it, as Jet Drives spun and left the session again. I'll send him another invite, although I doubt he'll want to go and rejoin now. He is now moaning about the game because of his drive-through, which is fair enough. It was a very undeserved drive-through, but can't really do much about it. Oh well. So the leaders though, Fresh and excuse me, Fresh, well, particularly Fresh, or Jet Drive has to run back actually. He's got very good pace here. He's right on the back of Thrasher, and I'd expect him to make a move down into turn 1 here with the DRS slipstream and ERS enabled. Here we go then. Out of the final corner then, Fresh. DRS enabled. DRS enabled. Can he make a move on Thrasher? Looks like a pretty simple DRS overtake here. It's turn 1, he's cleared Thrasher, yep, and a very simple move from Fresh there. Thrasher couldn't really fight that much. His hards must be probably about 50-60% now, so he'll be definitely struggling a little bit with his pace, although it has actually been quite impressive for his hards though. The Samnik has also made a move on Kyle, so good move there from Samnik. Oh, there's a yellow flag. What's happened here? Jet Drive's having more issues. I think his sauce must be like cooked or something, because he's really struggling, seems like, although... Is that rain? That's rain. So the rain has come as I expected, probably a bit earlier than I expected, but there were safety cars which should have held up the pack a little bit, so there's rain now. They have to be aware, asking Jeff constantly for information about the rain, if it's getting heavier or whatnot. They should be able to judge it off the track conditions, but this could be crucial. Last week we saw some drivers make some strategical errors with the strategy and then just ruin their race completely, going on to inters on still a not quite an inter track yet, so see what goes on here as Mazepin makes a move with Thrasher. Pressure on those hards is going to be struggling so much in the wet here. Old hards on a damp track is like one of the worst things to drive to have as a driver, so he must be in a world of pain at the moment. Yep, so Thrasher has dropped back already a second compared to Mazepin, so he's struggling a lot there. Looks like Samnik is closing up on him as well. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, Samnik is actually closing up too much on Thrasher, so Thrasher is still able to hold a decent gap to Samnik there. So Thrasher might be struggling a bit on those really old hards, but he's still showing really good pace here, so something we haven't really seen from Thrasher much this season. He's showing pretty good burst of pace. I think he actually got a podium in last race, so maybe he's gone into a bit of form here. He's got some confidence and he's driving quite well. Actually, Thrasher got a podium in Austria, so last race he did have DNF actually, but still driving very well with Thrasher. No one close to making an overtake at the moment though, so I'll just go on board with the leader, see how he's faring in these tricky conditions. simply just be a matter of strategy now. You might not be the quickest driver on track, but if you know the strategy, you're going to get a good result out of it, it seems. Unless the rain doesn't come down heavy enough where everyone stays out. Jet drive makes a beautiful overtake through Communist and the AI. And then he goes wide, so yeah. Clearly struggling in these conditions now, the drivers. Staying out, he's definitely not wet enough yet for dry, and for slick, sorry. His Swinners is also well enough, so not ideal there for Swinners. Oh, Swinners, he's lost his whole front wing. Swinners is not in a good position there. So Swinners is going to struggle for this whole lap then. Understeer already caused by the rain, and he's got even more from his lack of front wing, so Swinners is going to be really struggling to get this car around without spinning out again, I think. But yeah, Swinners did spin out actually there last season on the on a similar conditions where it was a wet track, and he stayed out on the slicks and spun it. And I did tell him to stay out on slicks, so I've already apologised to him for that, for an absolute burger strategy from myself, but oh well. Farscope's on fresher mediums seems to be much quicker than Kyle at the moment. Kyle is definitely struggling. Kyle's not got much ERS to use at the moment. As Farscope's going to go down the inside of Kyle. Can he make the move stick here? A lot of wheel banging. Can Kyle keep his nose in it? Is he going to get... Oh, it's very, very, very tight. Oh my god. Oh, and Farscope's out. Farscope is out. That is another safety car. That was a very interesting incident. That would definitely be sent to the stewards in there, although it was unfortunate. It was quite tight there for the drivers. They're all going to inters now, so I think it is inter conditions then, or very close to. So they're staying up then, the top two. Beans pits. So everyone has pit except the top two here. This is interesting. So even AI are pitting for inters, it looks like now. Yeah, so the top two, have they, after having incredible pace at the start, have they messed up their strategy here? The track looks very damp, and I feel like probably a bit too wet for slicks now, so is Thrasher in the actual net lead of the race here? Has Thrasher, he had a terrible, he had a not a great qualifying story and had to start on hards. He's made those hards last to the rain, staying out the whole time, and he looks like he might be in the net lead of the race here. Because look at these guys, they're really struggling in the break zone there. Fresh goes very deep there, under safety car in slow conditions. Surely these guys have made an error. Surely they have to pit. I can't see why they wouldn't. They still have a gap behind them, so they shouldn't. Yes, they have pit. Thrasher's now in the net lead of the race, or in the lead of the race, sorry. So both Mazepin and Fresh thought, oh, stay out here, it's dry enough, but it isn't dry enough. They have to pit. If not, they'll be sliding around and struggling. It'll probably be like an ice rink out there for them on their softs at the moment. I mean, on the slick, sorry. So you got then Thrasher leading the race as Porpoise retired. What's happened to Porpoise? Oh, he's retired on track and then left, so that will be a penalty incoming for him. So we now have eight actual drivers left in the running. Let's check up on penalties. I haven't done that in a while. So we have AlphaTauri's on 3 seconds. And then... what's Swinners doing here? Wait, are they going back to slicks? Surely not. Oh, okay, so Swinners is getting a wing change, okay. I was about to say then, why is he pitting again? But, okay, that's fair enough. If he's got a wing damage, then... The Samanic's overtaken under safety car, okay. What is going on here? Oh, dear. Just hold your position in the safety car. Is it really that hard to do? Bloody hell. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on stream. Oh well. Don't ban me, Twitch. So we're chilling on the safety car for a little bit then. Don't know what Samanic's done here then. Oh wait, Samanic's an AI. Wait, did his AI him? I don't know. Can't really tell. I don't have a clue what's going on the safety car here. Oh dear, Swinners has DNF'd on the safety car again. I mean, again, sorry, he DNF'd on the safety car. His second DNF in a row at Hungary. Did it last season in like the closing laps of the race, and he's done it here on the safety car this season. He's had an absolute mare. Oh dear. Poor Swinners. He's going to be kicking himself. He's going to get a decent haul of points there, and he's just binned it. He's quite unfortunate there. You can only really laugh at that if you're him. Just a silly mistake there. As Jet Drive's almost spun it himself, he's managed to catch the car, so yeah. So let's see how these guys will fare on the inter conditions then. Hopefully this safety car will be in this lap then. I really don't fancy spending another lap on the safety car. I'm sure nor do you guys watching the stream fancy spending another lap on the safety car either, so hopefully it does come in. Okay, yep, so safety car is in. Jet Drive will look like he will probably close up at the end of this. So here we go then. A sprint then is, what is it? 6 laps? Yeah, so a 6 lap. Will it be 30, 31? Yeah, so it'll be 6 lap sprint then between these guys. Thrasher leading the safety car away. Can he finally get a good safety car restart? Let's see. Out the final corner, Thrasher finally gets good traction out the last corner and gets a good safety car restart. So it took him 3 attempts, but he got there in the end, that's all that matters. Thrasher leads the way here, and Thrasher and Kai were battling into turn 1 here. Who's going to get the better traction out the corner? Surely Kai will on the outside, but Thrasher's equal to him. Thrasher's also got great traction here. Thrasher's going to make a move on his teammate as well, Wizzy. Sending it into turn 3, and he's whacked his teammate wide. That is extremely aggressive from Thrasher. He might be sent to the Super Terrace. So next, rejoined and taken out Mazepin. Oh my god, this is hectic at the start here. So as it runs, we got Thrasher in P1 then. Fresh in P2 followed by Kyle in P3. I don't think we've had a clean safety car restart yet. There's always seems to be a little incident that comes up and just really unfortunate. Probably a bit unnecessary as well. Probably quite avoidable, but oh well. As Beans and Jet Drive are battling it out here as Jet Drive's forced off track and almost spins Bean as he tries to come back on. But Thrasher's got great pace. I don't think Crasher's ever won an ABS series. I think he's got about 3 podiums maybe, but I don't think he's ever won a race before. Could Thrasher claim his first win at an ABS series? He's got over a second gap back to Fresh. A decent buffer there. And Thrasher's showing great pace, so I don't see why he couldn't go on and win this race. With only 5 laps left now. Definitely on the cards with Thrasher. So top 4 all about a second gap between them. And then we have a train behind Beans for P7. Actually, yeah. I know, we actually only have 2 car trains. We have Communist and Jet Belly D in it, not even in the race, so disconnected. So Fresh has got good pace here. He's actually close up to Thrasher. Has Thrasher made a mistake, or is it just Fresh having good paces? Beans is just now crushed. Oh no. We've had a mare. Everyone's crashing. And there's another safety car. Oh my god. There is another safety car, people. Surely we've had about 10 trillion safety cars at this point. This must be extremely frustrating for the drivers here. This has been a very, very long race, and it's just, yeah. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So Thrasher's gonna lead. He's gonna end up leading his 4th safety car restart away. Oh my days. So I think we've had, yeah, we're not gonna get another safety car for this luckily then, but yeah. 4 safety cars and 1 VSC that turned into a safety car. It's just been quite a messy race really from the drivers, making little mistakes in these tricky conditions of course, but yeah. So for you viewers, you're gonna be chilling on a safety car. Let me know in chat then, who do you think is going to end out on top in this race? Do you think Fresh is going to hold on? Or is Fresh going to come through, or someone else? Is it gonna, are the top 3 going to have an instant? We saw Fresh send a silly move on his teammate. It looked like, so. Could he do it again and could be caught up in it? So Surfy, yep, saying Fresh will win. Definitely no bias with Surfy's opinion there. So. Yeah, Fresh does show good pace, but Fresh has also got good pace, and it's wet conditions. It's much harder to overtake, but we'll have to see. To be fair, any of these drivers could get on the podium here. There's 6 actual drivers running, and obviously a couple good moves from drivers, and they should be able to get into the top 3, so the order could mix up a lot at the end of this race. Safety car should be in this lap, I think. Is it going to be? No. Oh, great. Have we got another lap on the safety car then? Because I think we have, folks, so that will be, what, probably spent, what, half the race in some safety car or something like that. Probably about 15 laps on the safety car, so not a lot of running for these guys with all these like incidents and crashes. So that's, yeah, so Jet Drive's got 6 seconds, so it could be quite crucial and cost him a position to like someone like Mazepin in the end, who's obviously kept it clean behind. So that does show the importance of keeping it clean, as Kyle gets a penalty for a collision with Sam the Nick there. Sam the Nick hit him? I assume he probably would have, because Kyle was in front of him. Yes, I'll just check this stream. Yes, the Salmonix hit Kyle under safety car, so that will be removed. So this count that thing is Fresh has spun under safety car. Oh my god, that's big. So Surfer, you really think he's still gonna get the win? I don't think so anymore. I think he's blown it. So now, who's gonna win? Don't know. Who do I back here? I think I might back Thrasher here. Can Thrasher get his first win in Surfer? Yep, Surfer, you've jinxed it, mate. Well done. It's all your fault. It was Thrasher trying to overtake people on the safety car. I know he's trying to overtake the AI, but he shouldn't really. Should just try to avoid that, so he'll just cause a mess. So Thrasher then, leading in his 4th safety car restart of the race. He's got quite good at these now. He's got used to it. Must be a master now. So let's see how Thrasher does on this one. And Kyle also behind Thrasher again, so Thrasher gets away then, yep. Salmonix gets very skirmish on exit there, and Thrasher gets pretty decent restart though. He's got a decent buffer to Kyle behind there. This Jet Driver, is he looking for a move on Salmonix? He's looking to go down the inside there. I think a bit of contact. Salmonix trying to hold it around the outside. What's going on here? Salmonix, what's that? I think Jet Driver tried to squeeze Salmonix off track and he's just spun himself, so very unfortunate there from Salmonix. Mazepin then he's got himself up into P3, so well done, great drive from Mazepin. And Salmonix tries to go road fresh, that's fresh even. Gonna go around the outside of Mazepin into this turn 7, no, turn 4 where he backs out, yeah. Playing it safe there from Fresh, doesn't want to risk a move into that corner. So can Thrasher hold on to this win then? Kyle's not taking the best chicane there and he's right behind Thrasher. Or could Mazepin and Fresh maybe try and mount a challenge or move up or get onto the podium? We do know from earlier in the race they have had a great pace, as we have this beautiful driving from these AI here as well. Great traction from Communist. Okay, I'll leave them to it. So Jet Drive is going to end up getting P6, even though he has spun. Had not a great race at all. The safety cars have brought him back into it. So Thrasher, he's got one more lap to hold on. Can he hold on to get his first ever win in ABS? I'm pretty sure. So obviously they're burning all their ERS now. They have so much to use because they can only have two laps of running after their last safety car. Kyle was within 5/10 of Thrasher here as Mazepin then made a mistake. Pressure's right at the back of Mazepin. Can Fresh make a move on Mazepin into turn 4 here? Can he get good traction? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Mazepin's got better traction and got a decent gap ahead of him. And Kyle's look how close Kyle is to Thrasher. Can Kyle send a move on Thrasher here? Or will he play it safe and just make sure he guarantees a P2 here? We'll see. Thrasher's under a lot of pressure here from Kyle. Kyle's within 3/10 of Thrasher here. Should go right down to the wire here. Can Kyle get the win? Obviously that penalty he got was from a collision on the safety car, which will be removed, so let's see. Kyle's burning all his ERS here. He's trying to put Thrasher under loads of pressure. Thrasher goes wide there. Kyle doesn't get a good run at all. Kyle's walked up some time. Looks like Thrasher must have it in the bag here, as long as he keep it on track and clean, not get a late penalty, which would be an absolute disaster for him. Out of the final corner then, Thrasher. He's done it. He's won his first ever race in ABS. He's been in this league for about three seasons now, and he's finally won. So Thrasher is our winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Kyle and myself will be in P2 with Mazepin rounding out the podium in 3rd. Poor old Fresh, he spun out under safety car and has cost himself a podium there as I'm now dying. Oh my god. But yeah. I guess safety car did make the race interesting, keeping everyone close together. But yeah. So we have 6 actual finishers, so not the best race in terms of drivers keeping on track and not binning it. We still see some drivers bin it under safety car, which is not ideal for them. So all the way from 12th on the grid, Thrasher, great strategy, staying out on those hards, got himself the track position for the interconditions, and he's gone and won the race. So there you go, Thrasher's won the race, as I've already said. Then we have Kyle number 2, who will be in P2 because he'll get that 5-second penalty removed, and then Mazepin in P3, Thrasher in P4, Sam the Nick in P5, and then Jet Drive in P6. Combination Jet Ballet will be disqualified or not classified because they didn't actually complete 75% distance in their car. They was AI for the whole time, pretty much. And then we have from Beans downwards all DNF'd, and they won't get classified or points either. So, yeah. Don't really know what else to say except congrats to Farscript on his first win. I mean, Thrasher. I'm mixing up my names here, but yeah, because congrats to Thrasher on his first win. Oh, was it not? Okay, Apo's correcting me. Okay, so it isn't Thrasher's first win, but it's his first win in quite a while, I think, so. So yeah. Well on to Thrasher on his first win in quite a while. And yeah, that'll be the end of the stream then. Apologies for the awful comms. I'm definitely not someone who's great at commentating, but at least I got you a stream today, guys, so thank you for watching Tier 4, and be sure to tune in on for Tier 1 on Friday at 6:30 for Belgium. Yeah, so for Belgium, so Tier 1 at 6:30 UK time on a Friday. We'll have Belgium, so I believe it will be Josie for Milo, as some people may know him, and I believe it will just be him on comms. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Friday for Tier 1.